Welcome back to Front Row Review, where we're doing our all-month-long horror show movie show review. I'm Vince Maniacs.
And I'm David Gray.
Are you sure?
I was just admiring Jason's big machete.
Oh. Yeah.
That didn't really come out right, did it?
No, it didn't.
I'm looking at Jason's big machete.
Are you, Dave?
Oh yeah, it's nice and sharp looking.
It wiggles when you move it.
Check that out, it wiggles.
Okay, can we even announce what we're watching?
Oh yeah, I don't think we said what we're actually reviewing.
It's Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. The Deluxe Edition. With the cool 3D cover. The cool 3D cover where you can see Jason's machete wiggle.
Okay, so the commentary on this disc isn't all that great. It's probably, out of all 5 movies so far, except for the first one and the second one, which didn't really have commentaries, or the third one.
The third one didn't have anything at all.
You know, yeah, it's sort of a self-contained little scene, you know, beginning, middle, and end, with, you know, an ending on a kind of, you know, little twist there. And we did this all in one very cold night.
Very cold night.
There's no way that we can do this.
One in the series.
If the car drops into that gully, we'll never get it out.
Do you have a better suggestion?
I have to also comment on Maria Mancuso's wardrobe. All these things that you're seeing the cast wearing, nobody was wearing that stuff at this time.
Well, as far as the commentary goes, I thought it was okay. It wasn't anything spectacular.
Yeah, I thought the commentary was a little boring. Some of it was informative. Like, I did like when they were talking about, like, the scenes that were a lot more bloodier than, you know, they were than what they showed in the movie. At
the same time, it is what it is. It's the director sitting there and the cast and crew, and at least they're watching the film and doing the commentary.
And next is Lost Tales from Camp Blood, Part 6, which we've talked so much about this already, about how bad this stupid thing is, that I'm not going to say anything more about it. Just skip it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, it's just awful. Don't watch it.
What else is on the list here?
We also have the Crystal Lake Massacres Revisited, Part 3, which, if you've seen Part 1 and Part 2, this pretty much won't come as a surprise to you, but this is Part 3, and it picks up right after Part 2.
Pretty much, and it's not that bad. It's watchable. I'll just say that, it's watchable.
Yeah, pretty much if you watched the first 2 and you were entertained with the first 2, this is the same thing. Okay,
and next is Jason Lives, The Making of Friday the 13th, Part 6. This is basically like it was on Part 4 and Part 5. I mean, they kind of follow the same formula a little bit here. But, again, it's really worth watching. And, you know, if you liked Friday the 13th Part 6, it's worth watching to see how they made the film and have all the directors and actors talking about it.
That's what gives you some.
Next is Meeting Mr. Voorhees, and this is a really cool thing on here. It's storyboarded, isn't it? It's not acted out.
Right. It's just the storyboards. Like somebody animated it for this DVD.
This was an ending that they originally thought of to put on here, but they didn't film it, but they had it written out in the script, so they had one of the actors from the movie act out as if he was doing the acting in the movie, and it's very cool, very, very, very cool.
This was actually one of my highlights for this DVD because it was something that when I read the book of this, there was a book to this. When I read the book of it, that scene was in the book, and I always thought that was the coolest thing, was where they actually showed Jason's father.
Okay, and last is the slash scenes, which, like I was saying before on the commentary, they would talk about how much gorier it was when they first made it, and on the slash scenes you actually get to see what they were talking about. You get to see the full kills on all these people.
I enjoyed it. I thought the slash scenes were really good.
It's funny though, because what they cut out of it is not gross at all. It's just kind of like stuff they even show on television now. It's pretty funny. They cut it out of the movie. So what are you going to give this disc? 1 through 5?
Okay, for picture and sound, again, we have the best, clearest picture and sound that I've ever heard, or seen. And for all the extra features, overall, I would give this disc a 4 out of 5 Normans.
You probably like this movie a lot more than I did. Though the movie is actually pretty good. I mean, it's a lot better in Part 5. The comedy could have been, done down a little bit in this. But the extras are pretty entertaining. They're not over the top or great, but they did add the meeting Mr. Voorhees and the slash scenes, which, they didn't have to. Again, it's extras for the fans, and that's why this disc is as good as it is. So I would have to give it a 3.5 out of 5.
And yes, I did like this movie more than Dave did. Actually, it's one of my favorites out of the Friday the 13th series.
I'm done. I'm out. My tape's gone.
Until Friday the 13th Part 7. That's all there is.
It wiggles.